All over the world, Nigerians are known as the most industrious people, and this is evident in the way and manner they break barriers in trying to achieve their dreams. In today's video, I touched base with a Nigerian who has done and is still doing so well in the creative industry. He has traveled far and wide in the course of doing what he loves doing most and getting well paid for it. He is well sought after in the industry by his numerous clients across the globe within and outside of the entertainment world. For example, people like John Boyega, Keith Daniel, Tani Tempa, Bishop T.D. Jakes, and many more. These were and still part of people who formed his story. He is no other person than Ephraim, A.K.A. F the Barber, currently known as the Smooth Face.
Hi, Ephraim. Nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks. You're looking all good today.
Well, I'm trying, man.
I can see that all over.
I'm trying. You know, one thing about working, and you have to, with the kind of job I do, you have to be able to like look the part. So when you get customers, you know, business of customer service, you need to be able to like look the part. So you are approachable.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, you do. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what you're saying.
You look very, very good and fresh.
That's what you're saying.
Nice to meet you, my brother.
Thank you very much, bro.
Who is Ephraim and what does Ephraim do?
Wow. Okay. Who is Ephraim and what does Ephraim do?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ephraim.
Okay.
As a boy who was 19 years old when he moved down to the UK.
Right.
I'm from Nigeria. So when I moved down to the UK to study business and marketing, of which I did 2 years in college and 1 year in uni.
Okay.
So for you to be able to do your 1 year in uni, you should be able to qualify for the 2 years in college, HNC and HND.
Oh, wow.
So when I moved down to the UK, that was the goal, to study and to have a degree, perhaps go back to Nigeria or get a good job here, you know, the normal generic thing. So, but when I started college, things didn't go the way I expected it to go.
Yeah.
But when I moved down, when I was coming to the UK, I already knew how to do haircut because barbering is more like a family business for my family.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and uncle, they had a barber shop and
Really?
they had a barber saloon. You know, they had a barber shop and a ladies hairdressers in there, so they call it like barber saloon in Nigeria. So yeah, we had that growing up. So doing barbering is more like things that I thought everyone knew how to do because all my brothers, everyone did haircuts.
Yeah.
So because I knew how to do that before I moved down to UK, so when I was doing my college and my first year in uni, things didn't really go well. I didn't have anything I was doing. I was literally homeless and jobless. I was squatting with one of my friends, Sisters, God bless you. My friend called Sisters.
Shout out to Sisters.
Shout out to Sisters. I was squatting with my friend and he used to make me give him a haircut on a Monday before he goes to work. And there was this day, I gave him a haircut and I can still remember it was in the toilet by the door. So we were using the mirror in the toilet.
Okay.
So I gave him this haircut. It was one all over. It was what we call low cut. It was low cut all over.
Yeah.
Back in the days, I knew how to do Nigerian haircut, but I didn't know how to cut in the UK. So it was one all over. But when I finished, he just looked at himself in the mirror and he goes, "Wow, Ephraim, this is nice." And then he smacked me. He goes, "Go get a barber shop, go get a chair in all this shop and start working." So I can still, even talking to you now, I can still feel that pain. The pain from his, yeah, I can still feel the pain from him smacking my back. And I'm like, wow. And before that day, I had never thought about it until Sisters said that I made that statement. So what I'm saying, why did I take myself all through that journey? Is because sometimes you may know how to do something, but your mind is not thinking to do it the way people are seeing it.
Yeah,
You may have a great potential, you take someone to activate that potential for you to be able to start align that, live at that potential.
Yeah.
So it was Sisters that sparked that moment for me.
Wow.
So after that day, I started looking for barbershops that's looking to hire people. So at this point, I was already doing my final year in school, and then things happened. I was on the verge of having to be shipped back to Nigeria. I was on the verge of being deported to Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. And then I could remember at some point where I didn't have access to my university premises. I would use my friend's card to go in because I needed to go back home because I had to pay my school fees. So I didn't have money coming in from my personal side. I didn't have a job. I didn't have a home. I was living off sisters. So because sisters had already woken that that dream up, I started looking at a barbershop, and I met a barber. I went to get my haircut. I met a barber, and I said to the barber, I'm like, whenever you are not around, if you're looking for someone to cover up, just feel free to call me. I was still operating under the Nigerian concept. I thought maybe as long as you can barb, you can just go in the barbershop and then you do your thing. Not knowing that it wasn't like that, because over here to barb, you need to be able, it's like the customers need to deem you credible as a barber for them to come to you. I didn't know that. So this guy rang me up one day on a Monday morning to say, there's this barbershop owner who's looking for a barber to work in his shop. I'm like, oh wow, that's nice. I could remember I didn't have money. I asked sisters for £30. Back in the days, you can get a full kit, the clipper and all that for £30. So sisters gave me £30, and then I went to Peckham. I got all my people stuff, and I went into that barbershop. And that was how I started. I started there as a trainee. I would just tidy the shop, watch what the guys are doing. At this point, I had already finished my exam in uni. So, but still living with sisters. So what happened now, while I was training in this shop, I see people coming, the barbershop was studious, people wait for hours, and the queue system is not flowing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And coming from a business perspective, I saw an opportunity in that shop. So what I used to do while I was sitting down doing nothing, I would just jot down things that I need to improve when I have my own barbershop.
Yeah.
Remember at this point I didn't have customers. So whatever it was just wish and dreams.
Wow.
But I was seeing the gaps in that environment, and I was telling myself, if I was to own a shop, where do I fit in? What can I do different? What can I do different? Fast forward, 6 years along the line, now the trainee Ephraim is no longer Ephraim. I changed to F the barber, because now I got customers coming in. I'm working now. I'm making money. I called myself F the barber for social media sake, just to like shorten my name. I use the letter EPH, the first 3 letters in my name. So I started started calling myself F the barber, and from there, my clientele grew from maybe 5 to like 10, 15, 20.
While you were still there.
While I was still there.
So sorry, let me just inspect you. Throughout these 6 years, you were able to build your clientele, base to the level that
Yes.
you were able to build up before you moved out to become who you are today.
Yes.
Sorry.
Throughout that 6 years, I was able to build my clientele.
Yeah.
And how I built my clientele was just watching what my guys in the shop were doing. They would like the guys that had clients, more customers, what they were doing different.
Yeah.
And I was learning from them how to do the UK style haircut.
Yeah.
Because the Nigerian style haircut and the UK style haircut is different.
Yeah.
My Nigerian style haircut did not sell. It didn't sell.
That was when you started initially.
That was what I started initially. But I remember each time a customer coming for a fade, I just feel upset. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna make money now because I can't do that haircut. But so watching my friends do it, watching my colleagues do it, I just learned how to do it. And watching how they do their customer service, and also the fact that I did business in school.
Yeah.
I already have a solid background about how to run a business, like theoretically, but not like practical.
Yeah.
So, but watching when I make customers, when I start having customers, these are the areas for me to improve. That's the areas for me to improve. So within the 6 years, I was able to apply some of the things I learned from university into myself as a customer service provider. And I was able, also leveraging the social media, I was able to like build my clientele to the point where F the barber was no longer a person, it became a brand. It became became a brand that people knew. All over London, people would come for me. All over the country, people would come for me. I've been flown to Nigeria. I've been flown to Ghana. I've been flown outside the UK to go to haircuts because now the brand is no longer a shop brand.
Yeah.
It became a brand, a big brand. So you remember, when I started my shop, I was one of the first people to have a website. A website and a clean barbershop where people will come in and go out in the space of 1 hour. So there was a problem and I solved it. And for me, I was willing to invest in that venture because I knew there was a problem to be solved.
Yeah.
So I was willing to invest in it, and then believe me, it paid out.
There's something you said that just struck me. You said when you came here, you struggled, as a young boy, and today I'll say that you made something of your life, going through all of that journey. And I think it's something that people listen to this should learn something out of. Sometimes when you see yourself, you don't know how it's going to end for you. But I can say right now, from what I'm seeing, you can never with you. And like I said, shout out to the guys, 6 of us that have actually made it happen for you. And again, you said something. You said that then you had to buy your own set of clipper and all that. Why didn't the guy give it to you? Or was it the high give it?
So in this barbering industry, like you have to, as a barber, you need your own clippers.
I thought when you walk in there, they will get everything for you just like they do back home.
Because that place is run on that commission. He wasn't paying me.
Okay.
If he was paying me, then I would just go in as his own barber and I'll be on that salary. So I had to get my own clippers. So I had to get my own clippers to be able to, like, I'll manage it, I'll use it, I'll look after it. So that's my own clippers.
Apart from the John Boy, who are your other clients? So I can see that you travel a lot. You have this sort of connection with all these guys. Who else is your client apart from as a big client?
Wow, I looked after so many people in the film and TV and music industry and in Nigeria. I looked after Kitana, I looked after Techno, I looked after Ephraim, I looked after.
While you're here,
Whenever they come to the UK.
Okay.
I looked after the manager of Vauxhall as well. I looked after the guy who played White Chicks, the film White Chicks on the Wales.
Yeah, really.
We looked after Neo. I look after Cynthia Orivo.
Yeah.
I look after. I've worked in so many films, like on Netflix. I've worked on Netflix studio, film studio. What's it called? Production. Amazon, Universal. I've looked at so many actors that I can't even mention, but and I've also looked after the guy who played in Vauxhall in Black Panther. So he was one of my clients at some point.
Do you go to where they are when you come to?
So whenever they come to London, I have an agent. So it's either my agent who booked me to look after them, or they know someone that recommended me. You know what I'm saying? So and I've also looked after TD Jakes.
Oh, in the UK.
I looked after TD Jakes in the UK, and they flew me to Ghana to also look after him and do his haircut.
Really?
So yeah, so many of them. I've looked at so many actors. I've been graced by their presence.
Wow, that's quite interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
Someone like TG Jakes, he's a big guy, He's a big brother.
Currently, I look after KSI.
KSI, the black Nigerian guy, the YouTuber guy.
I look after KSI. I'm his barber. And I look after Tiny.
Tiny.
Yeah. I look after Tiny.
Then you've got a lot on your list, man. I can see why you're so that's good, honestly. It's right. I'm really, glad that you're behind this from Nigeria, honestly. But you said no support from family while you're trying to get started. So you did this all by yourself?
At some point, my mom even told me to go get a proper job because this thing about Nigerians is very bad how they see handiwork.
Yeah.
Nigerians, they see handiwork like it's a job that belongs to a set of people. So me personally, I have to take it upon myself to make sure I prove that wrong. know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to like prove a point to people around me, my friends, my cousins, my Nigerian community,
Yeah.
the people, Nigerian diaspora,
Yeah.
that the barbering job is something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
In my church, at some point, when I tell people I do barbering, they look at me like you're a soft like you're nobody.
Yeah.
There was a point a man from the church came and got a haircut back in the days when I was renting a chair. He goes to me, do you have any other plan you want to do? You have any other goal? Because, you know, you should do something that will bring you money and your kids will be proud to say that their dad in school, their dad is this job, their dad is engineer. He sent that message, but when I got home, I was thinking about it. I laughed with him because I know where God is taking me.
Yeah.
I know myself, I know where God is taking me. This was the only thing I wanted to do. My mom was like, at some point, she's very embarrassed. She's embarrassed to tell people that I'm doing barbering in London. That is not the same barbering we were doing in Nigeria here that I'm doing now in the UK. So all these things put together made me who I am today. Because I wanted to prove a point that, listen, no matter the skill, even if you're a cleaner, even if you're a barber, even if you're a plumber, whatever you do, as long as you do it well, do it like you're being recorded to do. Do it like you're the only person who does it in the whole wide world. You're going to draw attention.
I think I understand your mom, standpoint, because then back in Nigeria, most parents will frown up that, oh, my son, he wants to be a barber. But I think you've done something different. Everyone, then in Nigeria wanted their children to be either a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor, and all of that. So you sending you to UK to come,
study
marketing
and not be a barber. So
I can understand.
You can understand where that's coming from.
But the good thing is, at the end of the day, you were able to prove that wrong. At least
Prove
you made
everyone
something
wrong.
out of the profession that you finally chose to.
Like this is I wish. I thank God I didn't listen to anyone.
I know. I've seen you. I know what you're capable of doing. Let me just ask you one simple question: how rewarding would you say this profession is to you?
I don't have any other thing. I mean, I got businesses that I've invested in. I've got other things that I do.
Yeah.
But the 90% of what I have and who I am right now come from my clipper and my hands. Glory to God. I've been flown to go to Dominican Republic. I've been flown to go to
for work.
For work, for haircut. To America, to LA in 4 days. I've been flown almost, you can say, all over to do haircut. I met people that if I was a banker, if I was an investment banker, I would never meet. So my job is very rewarding because I get to meet people, I get to manage my own time, and I get to make money. I get to make good money because I'm good at my job, so people pay me for it. So the job is very rewarding, just like every other thing. When you know how to do it very well, and your skill is sought after, you get rewarded for it.
So no regrets at all for going?
Regrets? I want to do this all over again. Bro. If I knew, I probably would not have gone to uni. I regret going to uni. Well, I think
it brushed you up a little bit.
Brushed me up, and yeah.
Okay, you got you ready for this.
Got me ready for this venture.
This journey. I can say that. Well, that's interesting, honestly. But right now, your mom, has she changed her mind, or she's still?
She changed a long time ago. You know, Nigerians, the way they say result, the language change. When people see that you're doing something different.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I have made an impact in this industry. I've made an impact in this industry. So people look at my skill, people look at how I do myself, they want to do it different.
Yeah.
I've trained up to 300 people.
You train?
I trained up to 300
How?
people.
How do you do that? Do you have some sort of
academy? I have an academy that I partner with.
Oh.
I train people that work in film and TV how to cut hair like me, how to cut afro hair. So altogether, I've trained up to 300 people from all over, and people that train in my shop. So everyone that work with me, I get to train them, so they get to do it like I do it.
Do they pay for this, or it's just?
I mean, when I do on a college, When I train in college, they pay for it. But when I train in the shop, when I'm training my staffs, people that work for me,
Yeah.
I don't charge for it.
Because they're gonna work for you. They're gonna pay. Yeah.
But I've trained so many people that came in, always like they want to work for me, and after they got the training, just left. But that's life.
That's life, honestly. You can't stop it from moving on, keeping moving. Like just like you moved on at some point.
Yeah, that's just like I'm moving at some point. But yeah.
But if someone comes to you right now and says, "Hi, Ephraim, I want you to be my mentor," what would be the first thing you tell that person?
I'll say, yeah. Why do you want me to be your mentor? Why do you want to do this job? Are you doing it because of money? Because if you're doing it because of money,
Yeah.
you go through a phase for the first 1 year,
Yeah.
you're not making money.
Yeah.
So that is a test. If you're doing it because of money, then that period where you're not making money will be a breaking point for the person. If they're doing it to like have something that they can hold their own, like a skill, or they're doing it for the long run where they become better than me or become have a path like myself, then it's good. I'll be able to like guide them and show them my support.
So do you charge such people, or it's free?
They just work with me and they grow and then become their own person. The guy that managed my shop now, he did his first haircut.
His
And
first
that was-
ever haircut.
First ever haircut with me. That was 5 years ago. So I watched him from this to that. Right here.
Wow.
And now, when I'm not in the shop, he manages the shop. I can even tell you, in the next couple of years now, he's going to be my business partner. I want us to go into partnership and
Alright.
build something big out of it because I see a great potential in him.
Wow. Wow, that's good. That's honestly, that's good. It's quite interesting that you're helping, you're giving back, you're trying to help people to
Always go give back because yourself alone, you can't do
You
it.
can't do it, but yeah,
You can't be in multiple places at one time. You're not
True.
good.
True. People see, when people see you, they see a lifestyle. Perhaps I'll say, lifestyle, for the rich that you live. How rich are you? If you ask that question.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of things around you, and I'm like, I don't know what this guy.
I'm not. I just know how to look after myself.
Yeah, I understand, but I just asked so that because some people are thinking of going into this sort of business. Obviously, we have different reasons for doing whatever I want to do. Could be money, could be satisfaction, or anything. I'm just saying this for those who want to go into it because they want to make money. Is it that rewarding, or just do what you do because you're not doing it?
What I would say is that I said it earlier.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding.
Yeah.
You make money. Okay, I paint a picture. One haircut is £50. Between 40 to £50.
One haircut.
Yes. In the shop, my shop.
Wow.
Our customers pay between 40 to £50. And yeah, that's because we know what we're doing.
Wow.
So if you do it well, you look after yourself.
Yeah.
It's rewarding. And when I do your private job, my private trim starts from £150.
So how long does that take to get that?
Maybe if I take 30 minutes, but just for the fact that I'm there or any of my staffs are there, people will pay between £100 or £150 from.
Do they pay this money because you are good, or they pay the money because that's what the industry?
Two things or multiple things. Number one, the person has to be good before he's requested to come for a private job. And the level of your professionalism, because you don't want to turn up there, the person you look like someone who cleans the street.
Yeah.
Maybe, no offense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
You have to go there, you smell good, your kids are kitted, you
Yeah.
have the right clippers, and you turn up on time. And they've already looked at your Instagram, they can tell that you're good.
Yeah.
So when you go there, all this put together, you have to live up to it. Living up to it like you have to do a good haircut.
Yeah.
Your communication, your customer service has to be professional. So that put together is what you're paying for.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What would you say is your best moment in this business?
My best time has always been, where the shop is open, no COVID. coming in, and I've been requested when I get requested to do private jobs.
Yeah.
As long as money is coming and paying my bills and I'm moving on, these are my best moments. I'm healthy. I'm not knocking at doors or asking anyone to give me money to pay my bills or to look after myself or
Yeah.
send money to my families back home. So I can say these are my best. That's my best moment.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
having a sort of a financial freedom.
Yeah. And you can go to anywhere you want to go
You can
to.
go anywhere you want to
Do
go to.
whatever you want to
You
do.
can do everything.
That's explains the reason why you travel a lot, because I noticed you travel a lot.
Yeah, I'm traveling. Actually, 90% of my travel is for work.
Yeah.
When I travel like that, it's for work. Personal one, maybe going to Nigeria to see family or do one thing, or going to Europe for a holiday or just my wife and doing stuff. But majority of my travel is for work.
Yeah. But if you're not what's it called, a barber, what would you have become?
That's a very tough question. What would I have become if I wasn't a barber?
Yeah, if you were not a barber, yeah.
I would definitely go into a business of customer service. I would try to do things that would solve problems, because I like to solve problems.
Okay.
I like to make you feel good to get your money. You know what I'm saying? I would like to do something that would solve your problem, you're satisfied, and you give me money. So whatever it is, that will be the avenue I would take if I didn't do barbing. I don't see myself working or like in the bank or doing anything else other than working for myself.
Yeah.
Because I like to manage my own. I'm more productive when I work for myself.
Yeah. Let me just ask you the very last question. What advice would you give to young up and coming barbers who are looking up to you or who want to become successful just like you are?
Okay.
As a barber?
I mean, as a barber, one thing I would say, or not just a barber, anyone who's looking to start up a skill for yourself, one advice I would personally give you is that you're going to have to know that you want to do that. If you know that you want to do that, then obviously you need money.
Yeah.
So perhaps what you want to do, you want to get a job on the side while you're growing your skill. So growing your skill, so you know you need money, you can also pay the bills. If you focus all your energy into that thing which is not giving you money yet, you come a point where you get frustrated and you drop it.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
But if you have money coming in on the side, while you're pouring your energy, your true energy into this one thing, because what you're doing, you know that you're doing that for money.
Yeah.
The side one, you're doing it for money. But this is your goal. So now you can push it to the point where you want it to be. And also leverage on social media. Look at social media. Where can I do things different from this person, that person? Okay, I look up to this person.
Yeah.
I want to outdo this person.
Yeah.
And in doing that, man, you will come to a point where you see yourself, people are not copying you.
Yeah.
But you got to be focused. You got to be focused, not playing around. You need to be precise. This is what I want, this is where I want to be. Be precise. Money will come, don't make money everything. And treat people with respect, treat people the way you want to be treated if you was them. When people come to your business premises, when people ask you to do their haircut, treat them with respect. Smell good, look good, talk nice, and have knowledge about, if not everything, majority of things. So you have something to talk about when you're having a conversation with people.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm talking to you now, we have something in common, which is why this interview, which is why we are talking about it. Imagine if I didn't know what to talk about. This interview would be very boring, and I would not have something to say.
100%.
So imagine going to get a haircut, and the barber is doing your haircut. He's not saying anything. You're asking him questions, but he's not talking. So that means he knew more of his job, but he doesn't know more of every other thing.
Yeah.
His customer service skills is lacking behind.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go back there. You will have him as your second option.
True.
So you need to be your client number one option. Whereby if you're away for 2 weeks, your client will have no haircut. You know what I'm saying? That's because you're offering more than a haircut, which is what we offer here, which is what I offer. I tend to offer more than just a haircut.
And seeing you, I can see you go to work for yourself, and your story honestly is quite inspiring. Honestly, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much.